What is up everyone, and we are back with another guide about PSO2 New Genesis. Today we're going to be talking about timing the market and buying at the bottom of the market and selling at the top of the market. First, you should know that this is what I do to make millions of Meseta, and with me sharing this with you, I lose out on making Meseta, but so do others. But in doing so, my hope is for the market to stabilize, allowing you to get real market values, not these inflated prices that we see today. And with that being said, I hope I earn a like and subscribe from you so I can grow this channel even more. You need to understand events, boosts, and PSO2 day. These play a vital role in the market. Events like a current one introduced the glisten weapons, and at the time of release, these sold for hundreds of thousands of Meseta each, but now if you take a look at the prices, they are only 1,000 Meseta each, and this is due to hype in the beginning and the mass supply in the end. This can be applied to the graphics card frenzy that we see today. Hype of cryptocurrencies, especially Ethereum, raised the prices of crypto, leading to everyone buying graphics cards, thus a short supply. However, over time, after months passed and China banning crypto mining, graphics cards are slowly dropping down to MSRP prices. Then the scalpers come to play. These are people who would take advantage of videos like this and buy up all the stocks, such as my video 1-star armors are top tier, featuring the Fixa Performa 5s and selling them at a premium. While this was not my intention, my goal was for you to look at items in a different way, making you see value in items that were once thrown away. So while some people took advantage of these items making a profit, I hope I opened your eyes to the possibility of forgotten items being actually useful. Just like the video I made in the base PSO2 of last year, the Forgotten series, a cheap, weak 500k item that absolutely destroyed Luther UQ and was mandatory for fast runs. So when events come around like our anniversary event, do not play into the hype, and during these hype trains it is best to sell your items because others will buy into the hype, making you profit off of them. For example, when the Glisten series just came out and you got it as a drop, it is in your best interest to sell at the top of the market, and if you wanted the item, it is best to wait a few days after the hype to drop, and that is the best time where you can buy it at the bottom of the market. It is too late for you to do this now, but please remember this in future events. The same thing can be applied to the AC items. If you are an old subscriber, you already know about this as I discussed this in detail, how to market manipulate and make 1000% gains on your investment. While that video got a lot of hate, my goal was for everyone to understand how the market is played so everyone has a fair playing field. AC items are time sensitive, and when new AC items comes about and Sega releases a preview of the new items, hype goes into effect. And what did we learn about hype? We need to sell on the hype and buy right after. So as soon as you see new AC items come about, do not buy into these inflated prices. But if you are a seller, your best bet is to sell as soon as possible because that is one of the best times to make Meseta. While this is a double-edged sword because I'm playing on both sides of the coin, it is best for everyone to understand this so we can get fair market values. I am a small channel, so some of you can take advantage of this, so do what you want to do with this information. But you do need to understand that AC items are timed and limited. This brings about another spike in prices when AC items are no longer available to be purchased. When the AC scratch ticket items are no longer available, the supply will slowly diminish, leading to extremely high prices in the long run. And here, if you are a buyer, it is your best interest to buy before the AC scratch ticket items are no longer available, and if you are a seller, you need to diamond hand your inventory and sell weeks after they expire. As a buyer, you will get low prices, and as a seller, you will profit the most. Then comes another spike in prices. While the first spike is playing into the hype, the next is playing into the supply, and finally the last spike in prices or drop in prices is when the AC ticket items get re-released. You can take a look at the base PSO2 for example. Items like the plasma hands were around 1 to 3 billion Meseta each when New Genesis got released, because the supply was so low, and those of us who diamond handed our plasma hands got an insane profit like myself. This is the absolute top of the market right before AC ticket items got released. When they do get re-released, the supply skyrockets again, allowing those of you who held off from buying these expensive AC items to get them at reasonable prices. But for those of us who still held on to these plasma hands after it got re-released, you lost out on billions of Meseta. So here's a timeline of when to buy and when to sell for AC items. Sell at the hype and buy after the hype. Sell after AC ticket items expire and buy before the AC ticket items expire. Then again, those of us who diamond handed these AC items, you sell months or weeks later after the second wave of sellers sell out their stock. This is the absolute best profit margin for you. However, the longer you hold, the more riskier it is because the stock may drop due to the introduction of AC ticket items being re-released. This kind of mentality can be applied to real life scenarios just like the stock market. When hype happened to Gamestop, you try your best to sell at the hype, which at the time was the all-time high price. Then after the hype dies down, you buy on the dips. And then comes into play shorting. Shorting is when people borrow stocks from others in hopes of the price dropping down to make a profit. However, they need to buy back those stocks that they borrowed, so if the stock they borrowed does not dip, they will lose money because they have to buy back at a higher price than they borrowed at. Say for example, I have 100 stock of GameStop at $100 each for simple math. I let someone borrow the stock in hopes of them giving me back the stock later, but after paying a fee for borrowing my 100 stock of GameStop. That person who bought my stock needs the stock price to fall down so they make a profit. If the price drops down to $50 each, that means my 100 stock of GameStop went from $10,000 to $5,000. So the borrower sells before the dip in price to someone else and buys back at the low price of $5,000 each and gives me back the 100 stock plus fees. So for simple math, the borrower sold at $10,000 and bought back at $5,000 to get back my stock, leading them to make a $5,000 profit. However, if the stock doesn't drop in price and goes to $15,000, they have to buy back the stock at $15,000, making them lose $5,000. While it's not a direct correlation to New Genesis, I just wanted to teach you something about shorting because it's extremely useful knowledge in real life because it's one of the ways I became a millionaire. If you want to learn more about stock investing, I would highly encourage you to watch videos online, but with that out of the way, the last subject I want to cover is PSO2 Day. PSO2 Day happens the 1st and 21st of every single month. It lasts longer than 24 hours, so some days are overlapping. In PSO2 Day, we get Rare Drop Rate Boost and EXP Boost. Rare Drop Rate Boost is where we want to focus on. I released a Meseta making guide about PSO2 days for July, so if you want to learn how to make Meseta, check that video out listed in the description down below. But I will continue to make monthly PSO2 day Meseta making guides, so stay tuned for August and future videos. Rare Drop Rate increases the drop chance of certain items, and it's for free-to-play players and premium players starting on the 1st of the month and lasts till around the 3rd of the month depending on your time zone. On the 21st to around the 23rd of the month, PSO2 Day happens again, but only for premium users. If you don't want to pay for premium and want to earn it for free every single month, I helped everyone get over $7,500 in premium and AC, so if you want to learn more, that link is in the description down below. Those days of PSO2 Day is important to keep in mind, the 1st and the 21st. With Rare Drop Rate allowing us to get more drops, the supply of certain items will be increased, leading to extremely low prices on the market. This for you buyers is the best time to buy because of the influx of supply leading to low prices. For you sellers, if you want to make a quick buck, you can sell here and buy other cheap items you desire. Or if you can, hold off until the 15th of the month to sell at the highest price available. This plays into supply and demand. Supply increases on PSO2 days because of an increase in rare drop rates leading to low prices. However, over time these low prices get bought up and eventually the supply decreases leading to higher prices. Then you sellers can make a higher profit than originally anticipated if you hold off until the 15th. So if you are a seller, you need to sell before the 21st to get the most Meseta possible, because if you diamond hand for too long, your stock will fall due to the new supply. For me, I would sell days before the 21st to play into the low supply and medium demand. When the 21st is near, you need to understand that demand will fall because everyone is waiting for the increase in supply for those lower prices. If you are a buyer, your best option to get the lowest prices possible is to buy around the 2nd of the month and the 22nd of the month, because that is when the stock will increase. Now this does not apply to all items, only high in demand items like augment capsules. The last PSO2 day I sold Note A's for around 2K each, but the price went up to 4,000 each near the time of the next PSO2 day. If I held off until around the next PSO2 day, I would have doubled my Meseta gains. However, if I held the stock onto well past the PSO2 day, my profit will be lower. I really hope that you understood this video and all that it has to offer, and if you don't, please let me know in the comments down below so I can clarify it. So to recap, you need to sell into the hype, and buy after the hype, sell into low supply and buy into high supply. This is critical knowledge that you need to know not only for PSO2 but for life in general, just like the graphics card market, the stock market, and our current situation with the high prices of new and used vehicles. And that's it for this video. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.